Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another installment in our Card Spotlight series in which I highlight cards in the Commander format that I think deserve more attention. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. However, what I think differentiates this a little bit from other group hug effects is that this one kind of gives your opponents the choice a bit more, but once they do choose to take advantage of it, and why wouldn't they, then you start to get some real advantage that can actually help you close out the game, which is not always the case with group hug decks. I've found that in general they struggle a little bit with finishing the game. I have a Kinaios and Tiro of Meletis deck, which I really love, but it really has trouble getting our opponents to zero, and I think this would be a really good include in that deck in particular. Let's quickly analyze what this has synergy with. Obviously, everybody is exiling the top card of the library, and then they have until your next end step to play it. So in most cases, that's going to give your opponents their turn and then the other player's turns if it's an instant to play the card or lose it. People are really loss averse, so I feel like a lot of the time they're going to take it and play the card. If it's a land, it's basically giving them card advantage as well. You're getting +1/+1 counters, so there's quite a few ways to work with that. You can put +1/+1 counters on creatures that benefit from that, such as Fathom Mage or such as Gaia Sage. Those are obviously going to be really good with this commander because the +1/+1 counters are then actually being transformed into something tangible. It also has interesting synergies with artifacts, so you can play it in a deck that wants to have a pretty high artifact count or a pretty high treasure count. Something like Academy Manufacture, by the way, works really well with this card, and then that can open up a whole other avenue for finishing the game. And it also counts yourself when you play cards from exile yourself. You could actually just ignore the group hug thing and just build around this by yourself. Include ways to sacrifice the artifacts, include ways to exile cards and then play them, and just take advantage of that second ability. The other interesting thing about this ability is it's also going to trigger when any player casts anything from exile, not just stuff exiled with Rocco. That is actually quite a lot of stuff in Commander these days. There's more and more effects that exile stuff and play stuff from exile. This includes things that play it for free, such as Italy triggers and the like, so that is all really strong. And in the case of something like Italy, you're going to get a +1/+1 counter and a food every time this ability triggers, not just once. That actually means that you can go really nuts with this. And the more I think about this card, the stronger I start to think it is. I think it might be a little bit slept on at this point, and maybe we should be making more decks with it or putting it into more decks. I'm certainly going to be throwing together a list and probably talking about it quite soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, I just think it's an interesting card and very flavorful and fun to build around. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!